right. Hey, what's going on, guys? Dino Gomez here, and welcome to another episode of the Six Figure SEO podcast, where we sit down and interview top SEO experts from around the world, get into their business, figure out how they're signing new clients, how they're ranking clients, if they outsource their work, what SEO tools, tips, and resources they have for us, and then most importantly, how you guys can duplicate their success as well. So in today's episode, we have another awesome guest with us today. Today, we are sitting down with Layne Boland from MadRank. Layne, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for being here.
Dino, thank you for having me.
You bet. So Layne, as we start every show here on the Six Figure SEO podcast, we kind of like to start with what our guests are currently up to, and then we kind of get into a background story of how you got started in SEO. And so you're the owner and founder of MadRank. Let's hear what MadRank's all about and what you guys are up to.
Yeah, MadRank's a full-service inbound lead generation agency. It's not that we don't like SEO. We found that our clients and prospects tend to devalue SEO. So if we couch it in the phrase inbound lead generation, well, you can never have enough profitable business. So what we've been doing, what we had done, is we built a real solid baseline of local market type SEO inbound lead generation projects. And since about January, we pivoted into more national level projects, working with some pretty high profile clients. And then we decided to give back to the community, and we developed a training program called Missing Link, which for free we train you to get to your first 5 clients, and then beyond that, if you want to learn how to scale your business, well then we'll have a private consultation about that. But anyway, yeah. So between training our students and taking on these blue chip deals, it's just been absolutely crazy the last month.
Love it. I love it. Yeah. There's a ton of. I got questions swirling through my head right now, so there's a ton we have to get into here. And it's interesting to say, for you to say that you started with local SEO, you moved to national, and now you're giving back and providing online training to new SEOs.
Yep.
So we'll get into all that good stuff there. So let's start now that we kind of know MadRank and we understand who Layne is, and you got a lot going on. Let's start back at the beginning. I mean, how did you personally get into SEO? And if I'm not mistaken, you served in the military for quite some time.
Oh, I did about 10 years. I actually got my start in SEO back at my second tour in Iraq, reading Tim Ferriss's The 4-Hour Workweek. And so then I noticed my soldiers were using this workout supplement to stay awake on patrol called Jack 3D. And so then I got the bright idea to call up a pharmacist or whatever and have them retool that, or reverse engineer and retool that formula for just pure cognitive enhancement, right? And so we got the product back, and this is all from Iraq, mind you. And so I called up GNC in between combat patrols and scored an interview for them. So when I went home on leave, and I find myself talking to the GNC's Southeast manager, and the guy's like, yeah, we love the product, so here's $1 million question. What are your sales? It was like an episode out of Shark Tank. Like, what are you talking about? I put the stuff in your store and it sells. And he's like, it doesn't work. Mr.
Wonderful was working for GNC for a day. Is that right?
It felt like it, and they started laughing at me like, it doesn't work like that. And so they said, come back to us when you have a sales history. So then I'm on the flight going back to Iraq, scratching my head like, how the hell am I going to get sales when I'm in Iraq? My product's in Georgia. I don't have the time nor the ability to go knock on 1 million mom and pop store doors. So then I started looking around and discovered this awesome thing called search engine optimization. and so my first foray into SEO was actually more of an Amazon eBay play than true SEO. And just as we got a real good sales history going, our product was called Hardwired. The only thing left of it's a really funny video on Vimeo. But the FDA ruled my chief active ingredient, dimethylamylame, otherwise known as DMAA, as unsafe, and so immediately had to pull the product from the shelves. And so 20 grand down the drain in product fulfillment and SEO, I'm left pouting as to my bad luck and why I sucked at business. And And so about 3 months later, the light bulb went on my head. Wait a minute. I know how to rank stuff. I'm sure local businesses could use this. And so then I hooked up with Adam Schneller Nolan, and we formed Arius Media as our first SEO play back in the glory days of SEO around 2007, 2008. And then after the first Penguin and Panda updates, that's when I kind of had to learn how to be a real SEO and formed MadRank.
So, Penguin and Panda, they didn't treat you well. You
no, I was one of those.
There.
Yeah, I was one of those guys that just, excuse my language, but got raped by when it first rolled out. And thank God I found courses through Greg Morrison over at OMG, and since then I was able to build a real solid business on proper SEO principles. Now I have no problem talking about the fact that I too was a victim of those updates for a while.
Yeah. It's funny to hear, because like we'll get into in a moment here, there's so many different SEO strategies and different ways to rank clients, and some people have had trouble with Penguin and Panda updates, and others not so much. And there's no right or wrong way to do SEO. There's a lot of ways to do it right. And so so that's an incredible background story. You're out there. You went from the supplement business and 20,000 in debt, and that's what's so great about SEO that Lane, you probably recognized right from the start, is to get started, there's almost no investment funds. I mean, you
no
collect
barrier
the
entry.
payment up front, and you serve your clients, and you have immediate profit.
Bingo. And the thing is, I just wanted to just plug it out there for the guys listening, is that if you have a full-time job and you're worried about not being able to see your clients face-to-face, I was closing clients from Iraq. What I'm getting at is, if you're presenting value, value translates no matter the medium. So I mean, you don't need to be face to face in order to close a deal. Webinar works just fine. Having a full-time job is no excuse. If you're an American, you work full time, then sell to Australia. That way, they're awake when you're off work. I mean, it's just common sense problem solving.
Yep. Get your hands dirty. Get out there. Make it happen. No excuses. You're out there in Iraq selling SEO. Somebody cannot be out here and tell me they cannot sell SEO to a local business. That is a great point. Love hearing that. And so interesting how you got that transition into like we heard into SEO from your first kind of business product there, so to speak, doing the Amazon and stuff. And so the $1 million question: you're selling from Iraq to start with, and everybody always wants to know, how did you land your first client?
And my first client, wow. Actually, that was through Craigslist. I saw a guy post a job on Craigslist saying he was looking for SEO, and I figured that he was getting bombarded with 1,000,001 replies from India promising him the world for $500 a month. And so I took a different approach and basically showed him the money. So now in MadRank lore, we call this the money shot, where I showed him, look, these are all your keywords, and if we ranked for first page on all of those keywords, it would drive X amount of traffic, which would turn into Y amount of leads, which would based on the what's your close rate, Mr. Prospect? Oh, 50%. Okay, well then you're going to make Z sales turning into alpha revenue. Thus ranking over here turns into this much revenue. I want 10% of that for an investment retainer. You ready to do business? Great, let's go. That's exactly how it went down.
Boom, Lane, you just dropped some knowledge bombs right there. Talking about the science of selling and putting together the proposal. And for those of you guys listening in, we'll have Lane kind of go through this again, because this is something I would love to touch on with you, because you really have drilled down on how to close clients and make it so that it's just not the generic SEO pitch. Most SEO pitches are just, they're playing shitty. People are just, give me $500 a month and you may or may not get rankings and you may or may not make money. But you've made this a science where it's almost the client has to say yes. You make it very evident.
Yeah, I mean, nobody likes being sold. Everybody wants to buy. And so, rather than selling features in the form of keywords and rankings, translate that into what they're truly buying, which is extra business, and show, walk the dog, from keywords to revenue, and then price your services as a fraction of revenue. It sells itself.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart. Love hearing that. We haven't, we've had a couple guys on here that are pretty good with SEO sales, but we haven't had anybody talk about drilling down into the different numbers yet and really putting that into something tangible the client can understand. They understand revenue and what their profit would be.
Well, sure. And what it really comes down to is working off of two principles. One, building a relationship, and two, building value. Demonstrating value, proving the value, giving value before even getting to the money. And so at MadRank, and we publicly give away our sales system for free. We use what we call a 3-step close. Where in step one, all it is just really it's an interview, kind of like what we're doing right now, where you're getting into the nuts and bolts of their business, and everybody's favorite topic to talk about is themselves. So the more you ask questions, the more they answer your questions, the more they think that you understand them, and they come to like you. And then in step two, what I like to do is I like to do a competition analysis of the market, saying nothing about them. Just show them what their successful competitors are doing to profitably steal business from them online. I mean, there's only one page in Google. The best place to hide a body is on page 2. So if you're on page 2, you don't exist. And to show them what they perceive as their competition is doing online to drive inbound business. And so that accomplishes a couple things. One, it proves that SEO makes money for a brick and mortar business. And two, it creates a lot of anxiety and jealousy about how they're missing out on a really big slice of a very large pie. And so the magic question at the end of that competition analysis is, hey, sir or ma'am, would you like to see a plan? Don't ever say proposal. A plan designed to outperform the competitors that I've shown you. And they're gonna be like, yeah, of course, please. So then you move into step 3, but you have to understand in step 2, all you did, they're closed already. They've bought the concept, right? So in step 3, all you're doing is negotiating terms. So they come into step 3 already closed. All you have to do is, again, show them the money one more time and put a price tag on it and ask them, hey, can we do business? I won't let you down.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
The 3-step action plan, and I followed all three of those steps, and it makes complete sense. You must have read some different sales books or something like that, because that's it's funny because it's one of those concepts that seems simple once you hear it, but otherwise, unless somebody teaches you it, or otherwise you happen across it from a book or something, you're wondering, man, like, how come I didn't use this sooner?
That took me 5 years to figure out.
5 years of knowledge right there, guys. What a tip right there. The 3-step close from Layne himself. And I thought it was interesting. You also said call it a plan, never call it a proposal. Right.
Proposal, there's still the option of them backing out. A plan is just that. It's a plan. It's not a threat, so to speak. You're not asking for their money yet. They just come in. We all know they're coming in step 3. They even know that they're coming in to buy. And so step 3 really is just a formality. And there's some secret sauce to this I kind of left out that I wanted to drop on your show that can't be found anywhere else.
Oh, well, please, let's hear it. By all means.
There's a couple concepts that, first of all, lead value. Lead value is determined by taking, their average revenue multiplied by their close rate. Right? It's kind of a poker term, expected value, where I know I'm going to make $1,000, and every time the phone rings, I have a 50% chance of getting the sale. Therefore, whenever the phone rings, it's like $500 in my pocket. Okay, cool. So lead value, and then the thing. And so what we do is we figure out what our ask is. Whatever it's going to take for us to rank them. I divide that by lead value, and that equals the number of leads that I guarantee in a 6-month ramp-up period, because we all know SEO takes 3 to 6 months, right? So I guarantee them a set amount of leads that is statistically designed to break them even. That way, they're on a free roll. And I make it a double their money back guarantee. Meaning, if I screw up, they're going to make 100% return on their investment. If I do my job right, then they're going to make a 300 to 400% return on their investment. So it's like heads I win, tails I win bigger, right? And at first, my sales guys were freaking out. They're like, Lane, you're going to lose your ass. There's no way we can guarantee SEO because we don't control the search engine. I'm like, you're right, but we do control paid traffic. Right. So what I'm getting at is there's this awesome, search engine called Bing, and Bing, PPC is dirt stinking cheap. You can use email, you can use direct mail. It doesn't matter. The fact is, for example, in one of my favorite markets, DUI law, DUI law, any keyword in there is $100 to $200 a click on AdWords. Yeah. And it's $3 to $5 a click on Bing. Right, and we know it takes statistically 10 to 20 clicks to generate a lead. So 20 times 5 is $100 a lead. Okay, and let's say my ask for this one was $5,000, and the lead value on a typical DUI is $2,400. Well, I'm guaranteeing 2 leads, right? So for the price of $200, I statistically can guarantee a return on investment to the client. So it's contract insurance. So that's how you can be a big swinging dick and say, look, I guarantee it, or double your money back. Try me. You have no excuse but to sign this contract.
Right. You make it sound so easy there. You make it sound, and I love the fact that you got into paid traffic a little bit, and it's because, like you said, ultimately it's about growing the client's business first and foremost. That's how you keep them long term. That's how you win big time. And then in order to close them, initially with the plan, rather than the proposal, the plan, you said, make it so it's just a no-lose situation for them.
Sure.
And so this kind of comes back too. So what I'm kind of hearing there is as long as there's some preparation involved, you got to figure out, what their close rate is, how much the average their average deal is. You want to look at paid traffic ideas or different keywords and the cost per click and different search engines. And you want to make sure you have all those numbers right so that you can for sure fulfill on your promise and your guarantee. And then you're never going to lose, they're never going to lose, and they're for sure going to close. I mean, you must have an outstanding close rate on these proposals.
Yeah, my personal close rate is 75%. My average salesman is about 50%. At that point, it just becomes a numbers game of how many leads can we generate this week.
Yeah, because you guys are closing them left and right. I love it. Absolutely love it. And you actually, throughout that convo right there, you kind of touched on a couple subject matters that would really love to get into with you here. So, on the Dynamic 365 podcast, we like to kind of classify the SEO experts we're interviewing because there's so many different types of SEO. You have local SEO, affiliate SEO, international SEO, competitive SEO, e-commerce SEO. There's all these different types of experts, and everybody kind of has their specialty. You have the inbound guys who just do content marketing and blog, and you kind of talked about some paid traffic mixed into some of your SEO, and so it almost sounds like you would consider yourself more of a lead gen expert first and foremost, with a strong emphasis on SEO.
Yeah, client lead gen, absolutely. I mean, SEO is the foundation. You're not going to find a higher ROI than SEO. The problem is it takes a lot of time, and clients don't have much patience, so you have to at least be proficient in other forms of traffic to keep them satisfied while you wait on SEO to hit.
I love it. I'm actually, if I were to classify myself as anything as well, it would be lead gen, because I definitely mix in those other traffic sources. So it makes complete sense. So love hearing that. And then you mentioned also there that you had it sounds like it's a sales team and some other members of your team and so forth. And so that's the big question: is everybody they get the ball rolling as an SEO expert, and maybe they're joining Mastermind, maybe they're in Mad Rank and they're learning a ton and things are going well, and they get to that tipping point or that crossroads where they need help fulfilling service because things are going so well. So maybe you could tell us about your first hire. I mean, did you originally outsource? We've had a lot of guests who talk about using VAs in other countries, or did you hire in the States right away?
I don't trust freelancers or anonymous freelancers very much, just because they have nothing to lose. They're free rolling you. I mean, if they do their job right, they get paid. If they don't, well, they don't lose anything. So what I do is I negotiate outsourced SEO to other proven SEO agencies. To contract some of their excess capacity to handle my deals. And the reason why I do that is, one, they have a reputation to protect, which is important, and two, I don't like my client portfolio I don't like more than 20% of my client portfolio with any one SEO. And the reason why is, if they feel like they're flush with cash to keep them in beer and Cheetos for the next year and they disappear, I don't want 20% of my portfolio exposed. So I keep a lot of different relationships open. I'm always looking for trusted, vetted SEOs that have somewhat of a profile that they can't afford to lose. And I just start throwing work their way.
I love it. I love it. It's so cool to always, to hear everybody's take on that. You have some guys who, do the VAs and so forth. You bring up a great point there about they have nothing to lose, and that was an incredible point about keeping different so-called SEO vendors only handling a certain percentage of deals, so that you're always covered. So very, very smart, very tactical with absolutely everything you've covered so far, Layne. This is why you're the master of MadRank, and you have so many people in your community and so forth. And so what we'll kind of do here for a moment is we'll talk about some ranking strategies that you like to use, or what you look for in your vendors, and then maybe we can jump more into, we really want to hear about MadRank and some of the cool stuff you guys are doing there. So but yeah, first, ranking clients. Do you have like a set philosophy, whether it's blogging all the time, whether it's using PBN links, or what do you think about all that?
Like anything, it really depends on the client situation and the competitive SEO landscape. I mean, I don't know why people make SEO to be some mystical witchcraft. It's pretty much a science. Look at who's ranking number 1 for the keywords you want, reverse engineer what they're doing, and then just do it a little bit better. Yep. I've done projects where we've created a directory as part of an overall larger company's website, and then went out and we took all the players in the market of that given locality and gave them just terrible baseline reviews, and then sent out and emailed each one of these guys saying, update your profile and your score is going to go up. And oh, by the way, part of that is linking back to the site, and so that's a good, easy way to get high quality, relevant inbound links without paying for them. But I like PBNs in highly competitive local markets. When it comes to national level deals, I don't really like the churn and burn approach very much, because quite frankly, it's expensive. And but then again, if the ROI is there, it doesn't matter. But for guys that are just starting out, they can't afford to get it wrong the first time. So it's best at that point to take still keep your gray hat on, but go a little bit more white hat in the form of reinforced guest posts and a mix of generic links. But I mean, it all depends on the situation, your budget. I hate to be slippery about it, but I mean, like, this would be a 7-day seminar to talk about.
No. We completely understand. Well, that's one of the things about SEO. It's not one size fits all. Industries are different. The scale is different, whether it's local or national client. And then brand reputation, like you said, if it's a larger client, you may or may not want to mess around with PBN links. No. So you got to be careful about all that. But nonetheless, we appreciate your philosophy there on getting away. It sounded like with PBN links for maybe an extra boost for local clients, less risk, and then national clients go get more into legitimate and white hat linking, posting, and so forth. Okay, that makes sense. Well, let's talk about MadRank for a moment, because you gave us this incredible background story of what you're up to and how this amazing strategy you have to close client plans, and then you gave us some link building stuff and talked about how you hire vendors and so forth. But MadRank, I mean,
yeah,
let's hear about this community going. You have an amazing Facebook page that I'm a part of, and
yeah, our Facebook group. If you just search MadRank, you'll find what it is. It's a free training program. I mean every bit of free. It's not a pitch fest, where we give you the tools, tactics, strategies, and support to go out and get your first 5 clients. I mean, we cover everything from prospecting to doing your competition analysis, to structuring a deal, to presenting your proposal, to onboarding the client. And we, it's all based. None of it's theory. It's all based in real world case studies. I do expose some of my own projects, and a lot of people say, well, why do you do that? I'm like, well, I own the site. If it goes down, I'll build a new one. But so what I'm getting at is it's very transparent, very actionable, step by step. That takes you. I mean, hell, we have 14 different ways to generate prospects. I mean, there's literally no excuse for not getting your first 5 clients in 90 days being a part of our community. That's free.
That's incredible. And just to reiterate there, I mean, you told me a little bit about this before we went on air here, but your goal there at MadRank with this Facebook community, which you said has over 2,200 SEOs now, is to help people get their first 5 paid SEO deals completely for free, just from the free training and videos and strategies, proposal templates, competitor analysis, everything. You're like you said, step by step. This is quite a deal here, man.
Well, yeah, we're not a charity, so if, beyond your first 5 clients, it was kind of strategic about that. I found myself drowning after 5 clients, and so when you want to learn how to automate and scale your business, then come jump on over to our community, our other community, our premium community. But you do so having made your money up front, and you're doing so having done business with us, and we're the real deal.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Yeah. I love how you're giving out first lane. You're helping people make money. And just for anybody out there listening in there, in case you haven't signed your first SEO client, the local SEO deals, they kind of range between, what would you say, Lane, 500 to 1,500 on average, sometimes even up more? Or?
Yeah. 500 would be barrel scrapers. If you sell the MadRank way, it should be between 1,000 and 1,500 a month.
Awesome. So you guys heard that right there. You should be making between 1,000 and 1,500 a month with the MadRank way per client. So if you got 5 deals going, you're at least looking at $5K coming in.
You're full time. Say bye to the day job.
Say goodbye to the day job. Full-time SEO expert working from home, from coffee shops. Living the lifestyle type business and stuff. And so that's just incredible, Lane. So what we'll do here, actually, just so everybody listening in knows, is beneath this actual show and video interview, we'll include a link to the MadRank Facebook page. Again, that is free for you guys to go check out, join, and catch up with all these incredible videos, tips and tricks that Lane is giving away absolutely for free.
Yep.
And then
you get the zip file of all our different proposals, whether it's pay per lead or monthly retainer. I'm giving that away for free too.
So then Lane's also giving away your proposals, different lead gen proposals for SEO and pay per click. He's literally helping everyone get started to be, getting paid, to becoming a paid SEO expert right away. So that's just incredible here, Lane. Well, Lane, you have given us so much. I mean, you've given us even action steps. We all know what to do now. We know we need to go jump in the MadRank Facebook page, and it's been a blast. It's been a blast talking with you, man. Everything from your start to the 3-step plan / proposal close, and how you're signing clients and doing your link building, and it's outsourcing and so forth. So we really appreciate you joining us today and for giving us so much value up front. Yeah,
my pleasure. Thank you for having me, Dino.
Definitely. And so yeah, guys, that's it for this episode of the Dynamic 365 Six-Figure SEO podcast. Again, for additional show notes, resources, tips, and tools from MadRank and Lane's community itself, please visit dynamic365.com. And until next time, we will see you guys on the show.